but I look adorable. I wish you guys could see my face.
I have no doubt about that, mate. James, is there anything you wanted to kick us off with, brother, or are you cool to
Me?
You go and I'll jump in.
Yeah, sweet. Awesome. Well, why don't we kick off? Brendo's waiting at Shreveport Airport to embark on his 24-hour mission home. It's been a pretty incredible couple of weeks for you, Brendo. Do you want to give us a bit of a on-the-spot reflection about how it's been, maybe some of the key learnings for you that you've taken away, and are you going to plan on continuing this hustle once you do land back and we lead into the 19th of Feb?
Yeah, thanks, Jorgs. I suppose some of the things that I think we all believed a couple of months ago but couldn't really see the physicality of them was that we could actually fill a plane with one of USA's biggest recruitment heists. And we sort of have, and I think we're in the midst of it. A couple of reflections would be, for me personally, is to be with the right people. For me personally, and that not a selfish aspect. It's more of a what actually works, what's functional, what personalities really make the hustle come alive, and that's been a real energizer for me. Being around Will Wensley, for example, it's just been super dynamic, and we get 10 applications where in other scenarios we might get one application. So that's been a very practical kind of thing I want to continue to try to employ going forward. Yeah, nothing really. I'm just super thankful to be a part of this. I'm just actually can't believe how blessed we are to do this, to meet people who want to fight for change and give them the keys to do it. And I'm just super thankful to be involved and be around you guys. I want to see Blakey and the gang on the ground at home bring the same element of hustle to the apprenticeship model. And yeah, I'm super happy and thankful to be a part of it. All the support's been incredible. The camaraderie's been fucking nuts. Really just thank everyone, and on the ground it's been great. You know, I've met some of the most beautiful people I've ever met, and yeah, I think they're calling my gate.
Awesome. It's a good way to sign out, I think, Brendo.
Brendo, before you scoot, here's a little bit of news. So you would have seen Mabel, when you get a chance, check out Mabel's latest post from South Africa. So she walked out of a meeting after they're getting slammed over there by some of the white administrators working in the university trying to create challenges and issues for this new wave apartheid. And Benny's just been fierce, going, I'm not going to buckle here. I'm looking for the ballers who want to make change. Don't you tell me that I'm going to lower standards for them. And then Mabel started to see the desperation, the hunger, the energy, spending time with Vitaly. And then she just said to Benny, just off the cuff, we've got it kind of easy back home, hey? And John Espinal, you can send Brendo on the plane with your news. What did you do on Monday this week?
All right, well, shit, man. Kind of put the pressure on me. So, guys, I'm definitely super blessed to announce I gave in my 2 weeks notice on Monday. Given the clock down and kind of the countdown, so in 2 weeks, my first day with the crew officially will be February 12th. So I'll officially, be signed in and delivered. I'm super stoked. It's been a long time coming, man. I can't stress enough, giving you guys the thanks and the appreciation for kind of having the open arms and welcoming into the team. As far, I haven't been too much around because of work, but now that's not going to be the case now, is it? Got some more good news. I'm starting already to build some relationship up with 2 high schools out in the city. Urban Assembly School of Performing Arts in the Bronx. No, excuse me, in Harlem on 129th Street. and World of Journalism and Press in Queens. I'll be passing by there on the 8th of February to talk to students, to 3 classes, all the way from 8 a.m. to 11:40 a.m. And I get to really talk about what I do on a day-to-day. And I think this is going to be kind of like a good segue of where I build that relationship with the kids and the counselors and like the college advisors. And then, you know, we trickle in the discussion of what long project of what I've been doing and why I've been searching to kind of have the opportunity to talk to these schools. So yeah, man, I'm super stoked, dude. This week has been phenomenal to say the least. I can't wait, man. Can't wait.
Awesome. It's great to be able to have you full time, John. It's a pleasure to have you on these calls, mate, and really looking forward to what you're going to bring to this team. Brendo, are you still on there, or have you jumped on your plane now?
I'm still on here and everyone's looking at me.
I just want to say that I have been incredibly proud of the leadership that you've shown and the way that you've brought everyone around you, mate. So clock off on this plane, relax, be proud of what you've achieved, be present with your family when you get back, and let's bring this home strong, mate. Travel safe.
Love you, Brendo.
Guys, thanks. See ya.
Echo that, Brendo.
He's literally on his seat in the plane. That's funny. Keish and Mish, I've just realised it looks like you've got a special guest with you there. Would you mind introducing who your guest is? And
Hey, I want to guess my guest is going to go first. Family rules.
another guest.
Tell them who you are and where you're going.
Hello, I'm Ella. I'm Jack's relative. We share the same DNA map, and I'm going to San Diego to recruit from San Diego State.
Next week, on Monday.
On the 4th.
So we'll get Ella an invite to the Slack channel for a couple of
I'm already invited all of them.
rock, and then Elle's also coming out.
Sorry, I've been full-time babysitter. I can't be slacking with you.
Elle's coming out as a festival mentor as well, and doing a lot of stuff for women's empowerment all across Australia, and now doing stuff in back to you, Sam.
Welcome, Ella. It's a pleasure to have you back in the crew. Mish, Keish, and special guest, take the stage, please.
We do have a special guest here. Her name is Kendall. Kendall, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello. Yes, I'm Kendall. I'm a junior at Northern Arizona University. So we're all in Flagstaff right now. And my boss Bianca actually told me about the AIM program last Thursday. And I jumped on it right away and just sent in my application, I think, yesterday. So I just listening to you guys talk right now, I'm just in awe of everything that you guys do. So I'm super, super excited about the possibility of this. So, yeah.
Cool dudes. We are outside a high school also to try and grab that letter. Yeah.
We've been sitting here for like an hour chatting to Kendall, and she's the real deal. So, Shogs, you should have her application now, and she's super pumped to do an interview.
Fantastic. And we'll have the letter of the support from the high school in a couple of hours, hey?
Yeah, that's it. That's how we roll, Sammy.
Nice. Go get them. Well done. Well done. And you girls are now on the road until Friday, yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Awesome. Awesome. Jack, mate, you weren't lying there. You do look very cute, I think was the words that you used.
I said adorable, but
Adorable, man. Absolutely.
Brendo, mate, is your...
And then that might be the last time we comment on each other's looks in a professional manner ever again. So let's leave that where it was and just have it as part of the hustle, and then park that and keep moving.
Personality is adorable, though, Jack. Please continue.
Hey, I'll take it. So yeah, I'm still here in Denver. Sorry I missed you guys yesterday. I was meeting up with a couple of people on this campus. Quick story. I was walking through one of the buildings here, and I overheard a conversation of a guy speaking with some of the students about some of the struggles that they've been through in their own lives and what he went through in his life. And he was kind of just having a little mini mentoring session with them right on campus. And one of the things he actually said to them was that his mindset is, if not you, then who? And if not now, then when? Which was crazy to come across. So I jumped in on that conversation with them, and I'm meeting with them tomorrow morning to try and get some applications over the line. And then today, there's a room in this building that has it kind of looks like a classroom. It has a bunch of chairs facing the front of the room, but the front is just like a blank wall. And there were a ton of students in it. So I just decided, I walked up to the front of it. They were all just kind of messing around on their computers, gave them all a pitch kind of out of nowhere. And I wound up talking to this kid who actually, he has a very similar story to the startup, to Jack's story. He's been in school. He noticed that he was a minority at his school. He works with African and African American students. So he's from Ethiopia. And he actually already mentors kids in the community. He works with kids in Denver. So I caught him from just going up in front of that room, and he did an EOI and went to class, and then he's going to text me later today, and we're going to try and sit down and send in another application. So hopefully we'll have somebody from Denver by to the end of today or tomorrow. This is the only campus where we've struggled to get somebody to apply. Other than that, heading up to Fort Collins tomorrow afternoon to meet with somebody who emailed me. I was actually practicing my pitch. I think it was the second day, and a custodian asked me what I was doing, so I decided to practice and pitch to her. And a student actually told me she heard about it from a custodian on campus and wanted to get involved. So I'm going to meet up with her tomorrow. Wound up working out. So yeah, I'm gonna meet with her, meet with some people in Boulder on Friday, and then take it from there. Morale is on an all-time high, though.
Awesome, Jack. I think it's such a good example of taking every opportunity that potentially comes to you or even goes to the side of you, and you make the most of it. It's unreal. Keep it going. Maybe let's have a chat about Fort Collins on the way there, because there's a fair few applications from there. So it'll be good to get on the same page.
Are you thinking of Fort Lewis?
Yes, I am. Not Fort Collins.
Yeah, Fort Collins is Colorado State, so we don't have anybody from there yet.
Yeah, I am. Thank you for clarifying. Tom Wensley, mate, have you recovered from the jet lag? How's the follow-up going? How's Brisbane?
Yeah. It's warmer here, isn't it? So I'm dealing with that. Yeah, ready to go. Back into it, mate. There's been a bit of back and forth with Dene College since I've been here. So I was actually just going to ask Jack did you speak to them a couple of hours ago on the phone?
I did. And I sent you a couple messages on Slack. They want to get in contact with the academic at Fort Lewis, the guy you were talking to over ping pong.
Yeah.
And then they wanted to know just the passport situation. If their students do get accepted and their applications are approved and all that, and they get offered a seat, what it would look like to actually help them get the passports, both financially and actually going somewhere and getting them. They have a lot of questions about that.
I did answer that question to Geraldine in an email prior to the meeting you would have had a couple hours ago. I sent that through last night.
I saw that email. I know I was CC'd on it, correct?
Hey, boys, if you need to chat specifically about something, maybe jump on.
Yeah, that's sweet. That's fine. So, that's basically the key focus at the moment, Schultz, is to try to get that college in a place where they can send through some candidates, and then also a couple of seat on the plane applications as well. Main question marks are around, can we get expedited passports in time for their students and visas? One student called Jordan, not sure if an application's come through for that, but he does have a passport and has been recommended by the college. So should have at least one hooded scholar coming through from Dene any time, if not already.
Awesome, Tom. Jordan hasn't come through yet. So in your comms with them, if you let them know, I'll let you
Yeah,
know.
I'll follow up.
Save it.
Sure.
Awesome. Speaking of applications, we've had another 11 in the last 24 hours. So they are still steaming in thick and fast, which is awesome. Ella and Jack are working tirelessly on the interviews. Ella, any updates on interviews, fam mentors, life in New York City?
It's snowing, which is exciting. And anyone who was on the call, like maybe a few months ago when it bucketed down here, knows how excited I get when it snows in New York, which has so far been once. So I'm very excited to go outside and probably not make a snowman because I think it's a skittering. But that's New York. That's New York news. Mentor calls like another action-packed day for me. I don't think we didn't confirm any mentors today, but I did. Sorry, they're doing construction in here. Also, there's some strange loud noises. So yeah, a lot of really awesome calls again today, and a whole bunch scheduled in for tomorrow. I did just speak to Tupac's manager, which is now that's just like the weirdest sentence ever. So that's cool. She's really excited. She digs what we're doing. So we're going to keep the ball rolling on that. And I've also been seeing a bunch of hooded, and Sam, you would be as well, like just seeing a bunch of hooded scholars.
Just jumping quickly on just our tonality and reaction to fame or status or people with titles. Like if I've learned anything from this experience here, it's the temptation of like the devil, which is the celebrity, the quick win, the quick fix, the advertising, the Coca-Cola, the sugar, all of those things are the temptation, the worst parts of the American dream. That's not why people respect us, because they respect us because we're getting on the ground and going day to day, bit by bit to people in all different locations. So know with strength, like that people coming to us who have titles and stuff, like that's cool. It's cool that people have done some stuff and they should want to come and hang out with us. And like whether it's Tupac's manager or other, we just respect and hold our the strength and the intensity of what we're doing. What we're doing is, the equivalent to any other ridiculously significant cultural revolution that's existed in the last 100 years. And so I just think holding strong, not getting like our maturity, people will run off the tone of this call and how we react to people. And I caught myself the other day after saying, the founder of FUBU is coming, and like that's where I was 4 months ago. I don't want to be there. Like I don't want to be talking about people's celebrity or profile. I just want to be like, there's some people coming on the plane. Phil's a great person, or so and so is a nice person. They grew up in Detroit. They did it. Let's talk about the people. Let's not talk about their outcomes, because the awards mean shit. Like I've got awards. They don't mean anything. It's about your caliber of person that you are and how you carry yourself day in, day out. Because there's a bunch of assholes who've got titles associated with them. And so I think let's not make that a currency for us. Let's try our best to just be like, when people go, so-and-so's coming or whatever, Bill's coming. And for one period in their life, when they get on this plane and they get to come out to a festival, they get treated as human beings and not their backstory or not their future story. We take everyone for where we are in that moment.
Noted, and totally fair comments, Jack. So her name is Leila, which is actually on an entirely separate, not exciting, because that's my middle name and I've never met anyone with that name. Totally unrelated. She was a lovely person. She does a lot of work in this space and she's really excited about what we're doing. And then, I was just going to say, like, hooded scholars, I'm just seeing a lot of, like, conversions with hooded hopefuls coming through, applicants that have been working on hustling high schools and reading the book and getting that over. And it's just, it's really cool to see those start to flow in. So keep up the work with, chasing down those people that maybe you're just missing one part of their application, because it's all coming together.
Thank you, Ella. Well done. I'm glad you found a middle name commonality. Is Ree Blake, can we get some Hooded Scholar Apprentice update?
I'll just give you, if we're going to do interviews from Australia, I'll just give you a little bit of my interview schedule for the day. Thanks very much, Sammy. So my highlight was definitely interviewing 2 Native American twins wanting to start, be Hooded Scholars. I got Benny up from South Africa, just texting him like, bro, get on this call, twins, Native American, Hooded Scholars. And they were cool. They were grounded. it was nice to be able to share that commonality. Like a lot of the time I'm jumping over to explain the blackness of my family and the history and all those sort of things. It's a bit of a quantum leap for people's imagination, especially like African American people's imagination coming over to the Indigenous story. But it was cool, like and a grounding experience. So I enjoyed that. Yeah, there were a couple of candidates who are really close. So I'm just working up my board report for the US board at the moment and breaking down how we're going to segment the plane. It's like I can see now very much like a reality where we're going to fill it with a mixture of those apprentices from Australia. We've also got about 50 to 60 staff we're going to put on hold as an optional, like once in a lifetime dev experience for our staff to be able to fly over. And so that means, worst case scenario, we're trying to fill 50 hooded scholars. Best case scenario, we're trying to fill, 130. And that starts to become very, very doable with what we're currently looking at over the next 4 weeks. So that means a full plane, that's mission complete, mission success. And it is like a ridiculously strong place to be in, considering where we were in November after having only one person having got a hooded scholar. We literally had one seat on the plane, 0 fan mentors, and to be where we are now, it's and a very impressive achievement from a small collective of people going really hard. So I'm enjoying the applicants. More and more they're coming back at a high threshold, and so all power to everybody in the process, and we've cracked something pretty cool. So that's what I'm doing. Plus waking up at fucking 1 a.m. trying to write, oh my God, so many legal agreements, so many like insurance things. I've got the board of directors are smashing me. Like I'm just trying to make sure everything is as tight as possible for this ballistic thing we're about to do. So along the way, wish me well, that I keep my sanity. That is me.
Is there any way we can help you, Jack, with all those?
Yeah, just talk to me from the sky. Like, where are you? That's amazing. Your energy and what you guys are doing, like respecting the intensity of what this moment is. Like when Mabel suddenly like steps in at 11 p.m. and is writing stuff on Slack, I'm like, okay, another one gets it. Where if this doesn't feel like a job, if we're fierce, if we seize the moment, if we are all exhausted and we look around at each other and go, oh, we're collectively fucked, like that inspires me to know that it's not like one person trying to be the little engine that could, like that I can feel the energy. I can feel the fierceness. I know Blake's like in the office at 6 a.m. I can see in his emails, like it's all that stuff. It just feels like we're getting it, and we're fighting like a real serious counter culture in Australia, which is very lackadaisical, very relaxed, and sort of takes as it comes. So yeah, you've done heaps, Brendo. I think just recharge, reboot yourself and get ready to go again. That'd be the best thing you can do. And the rest of the group, outcomes matter. So the more we're getting hooded scholars that are actually getting through, that lifts me up every moment. The 30-minute phone call turns into like a moment of huge inspiration, and up and away we go. And are you flying right now?
No, we're just tracking along the tarmac.
Okay, perfect. Oh, mate. Business class.
Too good. Too good. Thank you, Jacko. Well done, brother. Well done. Blakey, Reed, can we get a Australian update, please?
Yep. Just hit refresh. We're up to 23 applications now. So now it is 9 o'clock here. And we've got until 12 p.m. tonight. So I guess today we've got 12 o'clock midday call with everyone, and then we've got a 5 o'clock call. And I'm just thinking of ways that we can amplify this impact. And so one of them is get everyone who's already applied to find people themselves, and like hold our program team like individually accountable for getting people. So I'm trying to like work ways through doing that with the Google Doc. But if anyone has ideas,
yeah, I've got it for you totally. Just don't flinch. So say talk for 2 minutes max. Like put a clock on. Don't over talk it. Don't oversell it. Be like, guys, what's the numbers? Cool. All right, we'll see where we get to at midnight. That should be it. Like, you don't sell this thing. We don't soften it. We don't need to spark it up. If people have questions, just be like, don't even give a space for questions on the call. If you're like, anyone want to share some case studies of success? bang, and the tone's accurate, it's fierce, it's direct, and then you get off the call. And don't worry about asking more for the kids. Like, this is a long game here. So we've got 20 universities in Australia. If the 20 are right, like, that's our Hooded Scholar recruitment done, give or take. So if we get 50 or 60, we're well ahead of the game. So quality, give the people that have applied a world-class experience in and of themselves, because it's a fast turnaround. So we, this whole thing built the Christian man. We gave him heaps of love, heaps of love, heaps of love, heaps of love. Then he himself goes, I want to recruit someone else. So if we're good enough, they'll want to do it, but they'll be inspired by the process. So your job is be excellent in the process, follow up with people, be like, okay, why do you want this? Get them inspired, tell stories, get people around them, and then and get them ready for that interview. But don't give it to them. Don't coach them, because we want to see whether they can fail, because otherwise none of us learn, if we hold their hand. So I think it's good. It's perfect. Just your communication's tight. Don't give too much. Don't flinch. Just hold strong. That'd be my tonality for the 2 calls and for the last 24 hours.
Sweet. Cheers. Unreal. We'll take that into this last sprint. Thanks, bro.
Ray, anything to add there?
Nothing to add on an update perspective, but I'm just super excited that we get the opportunity to give these kids the chance to be part of them and to change their communities, which is no little thing in itself. So really excited for that. Really proud of you all for being on the road and for hustling and bringing it home. So let's do it. 24 more hours.
I'm proud of you for sending me your daily update, which includes, I think I cracked the song sheet at 3 a.m. a couple of nights ago. So I got up and I was drawing it all out and I sent it to Misha, and Misha was like, I really like this. And I got off the call with Misha. I was like, that guy has a big brain.
Big brains are good. Just another little piece of awesome update, because we've also got a Hooded Hustle happening in South Africa, which we know about. We've got 21 EOIs and have had our first 2 applications drop overnight. So it is coming to life in South Africa also.
Oh, Benny's recruitment of a Hooded Scholar, I'll steal his story. So there's one guy, there's a black guy there who on campus grabs this white guy's hat and sprints off, and 20 white guys run after him to be like, what are you doing with the hat? So Benny sees it and then just sprints after the black guy after the white guys have got the hat and back, and he just goes, boy, what do you do? And so they then talk to him about AIM, and the guy was like, yeah, cool, I'm up for this, I'm good. Oh, yeah, I got this, and put an application. I think he's one of the guys that put an application in. So criteria for Hooded Scholar: do you steal hats? Yes. Okay, fair enough, we'll take an interview.
Awesome, team. Let's wrap it up. Go steal hats, keep hustling, travel safe. Brendo, please get off the call so you can get on that plane.
I'm on the plane, mate.
Off the tarmac.
Oh, see you, everyone.
See ya.
Later.
Sam.
Yeah, bud.
And potentially Tom as well. Do you guys want to chat about today really quickly?
I think Tom